Welcome to Red Cell Review. Today we are joined by Al Ravage. Al Ravage has been on the show a few times, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
you've been
couple
on
of
the
times.
yeah, you've been on a couple. You've been on the King Diamond show. Then you talked about your last album that was out, and now you have another album out with the band Ravage called "Spider on the World."
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. And I pre-ordered my record, so that better be in the mail. Hopefully by tomorrow.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Is it coming yet? What is it here? What's going on? When am I
It's coming
getting
out
this
on the
record?
it's coming out on the 19th. So we just compiled all the pre-orders. We spent a night or so signing all the stuff that's going to be signed for it, and there's a lot of extra junk we're putting in there. So,
Oh yeah, okay. What kind of? Can you tell us what kind of stuff we're gonna get?
well, if you pre-order the vinyl version, which is a double vinyl, it's a double color vinyl.
Yeah.
It comes with a full color lyric book.
Ah.
You get a couple of stickers, exclusive stickers. There's like a Frozen logo sticker, which is for the Man-Made Ice Age
Right.
song. And you get a postcard, because, of
Okay.
course, everybody still writes postcards. Right? And you get a guitar pick,
All
which
right.
is signed by two of the two guitarists in the band,
Oh,
not the bass
maybe he can send his fingers on the next album.
player. Yeah, you get a picture of the bass player, a couple of his nails.
Yeah.
And what else am I missing? And it comes with a poster, so it comes with a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow, geez, you got a whole big package there. I didn't know. All I know is I was going to get the record, so that's pretty cool to see. I'm going to get all this extra stuff,
Yeah.
and hopefully I get some more because we're such good friends, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what we can throw in there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you guys just released a new T-shirt as well, and I believe I pre-ordered that too. So yeah.
Yeah, we just put everything updated the website, so we got the album cover T-shirt now. We got a long sleeve shirt, we got a short sleeve shirt, and we got hoodies for the first time.
Right. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. I'll probably have to grab a hoodie as well because my Halloween hoodie's starting to die. So I need a new hoodie. Can't get enough of the hoodies, and it's hoodie season too. So springtime's coming. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So are we ever going to see a CD version? Because you got the vinyl version.
That's still being debated for some reason. I wanted to put out a CD, a very limited edition CD.
Yeah.
And the rest of the band was like, maybe we should wait until the vinyl sell out, try to get people to buy the vinyls, because we put a lot into these vinyls. Basically, there's no way we can make money on the vinyls. We spent so much money on the vinyls.
Oh my God,
so,
really?
Yeah, even if we sold out all the vinyls at
wow,
the asking price, I don't think we could make money with the vinyls.
Yeah.
Because we put so much stuff into them, and they're 180 gram vinyls. They're like collector's edition vinyls.
Yeah.
So I think when I came up with the idea for the vinyl, I kind of thought of it as a loss leader. Like, it'll be like the special thing, and then we'll sell some cheap CDs or shirts or something.
Right.
To try to make the money back. But yeah.
Do you at least break even with the records?
It'd be tough.
Yeah, really?
It'd be really tough. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money on those vinyls.
Yeah. Well, they look nice.
The idea of the vinyl was just to have something that is special and is a collector's item. Because I think we understand that most people are probably going to stream it for free.
Yeah.
So the vinyl does come with 2 extra songs and 4 total extra tracks, 2 instrumental intros and 2 extra full songs. So about 14 minutes of extra music that you won't get digitally or on CD.
Oh, very cool.
Unless we put a CD out that's a special edition and put that on, which is under debate.
Yeah.
But at least in the digital version, you're not going to get 2 of these songs,
right.
2 of the intros for it. So it's supposed to be a special thing for the vinyl, but everybody's going to have access to the digital version starting on the 19th of this month, Friday the 19th.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Spider on the World. Where did that title come from?
It's funny because the original title for the album was going to be a double album, which we were debating because everybody said, "It'd be stupid, dumb idea to put out a double album." We ended up putting out a double vinyl. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could have been a quadruple vinyl at this point. Yeah.
It was supposed to be called "Ravage the Earth" and "Ravage in Peace."
Right.
"Ravage the Earth" is one of the songs on the album, which you get if you get the vinyl version. That's one of the extra songs.
Ah.
"Ravage in Peace" is one of the songs on the album that you get. But at some point, and we actually had two different cover arts.
Oh, okay. Really?
For the idea that we were either going to put out these two separate albums or the double album with two artworks. So we had two artworks, and you get the two artworks if you buy the vinyl. So buy the vinyl.
Well, why didn't you save the other one for the next album?
Well, we were trying to make the vinyl special. So we lost all this money. So anyway, so we're going to call it "Ravage the Earth" and "Ravage in Peace."
Yeah.
And then when it became more of an idea of, well, let's not do the double album. What should the album be called? And we had these two artworks, and one of the artworks was a spider destroying the world, and one of the songs was "Spider on the World." It was kind of like, okay, we'll just call it "Spider on the World." So it was not meant to be that obvious, Captain Obvious, "Spider on the World," but it ended up being that, very Spinal Tap way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's very Spinal Tap-ish. I was listening to another podcast. I hate to say the name because I don't like to put other podcasts down, but it's a bad podcast. And we were on one of their episodes together, my band Severed Angel and your band Ravage, and they were doing our albums, and they start talking about Spider on the World, and they're just like making fun of it, kind of thing, and I'm like, yeah, that's funny, but it's metal, this is what metal does. Like, what don't you understand? Like, everything's kind of like tongue in cheek, and there's always humor in metal, nothing's ever so serious. So I don't know, that shows a very strange show.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I figured you would. Yeah. But anyway, so are these all new songs? Because I know you guys got tons of songs that they were released earlier on, like demos and stuff like that. But I know you did the Spectral Rider thing, and those were some re-recordings. So is it all these new songs, or is there some from older albums? Or
a couple of the songs are brand new that were worked on right before we recorded, probably a month before we started recording. We had the demos of these songs, and we started working on them and getting them together. But most of the songs have been kind of been kicking around throughout the years, even recent years, and some go way back. So the songs "Ravage in Peace," that's basically a brand new song. "Man-Made Ice Age," that's a brand new song. "Sign of the Spider," that's a brand new song. But a lot of the other songs, like "Spider on the World," actually is a song that goes back to 2002, so it's 20 years old.
Wow.
It's just been reworked a bit. We had a demo, but way back then. That didn't really get very far. I think we probably only made 50 copies of it or something. But
right.
That was on a demo as far back as 2002. We used to play that song.
Wow.
Maybe even 2001 we were playing that song live. Yeah.
Jeez.
So a couple of the songs have been kicking around. One of the songs, "Corruption of Blood," we never even demoed, but it had been around in the band for, again, probably 20 years in different forms. And then "Face of Infamy" was another song that we had a demo of 2001, and we decided to re-record it for this. So, yeah, there's a couple of ancient songs, some brand new songs. With us, there's always a pile of material that's getting kind of recycled and re-dredged and reworked. Yeah. So, this finally takes care of most of our backlog of stuff. 20 years. So.
Oh, really? So now anything you're going to do is going to be fresh new music. Pretty much.
That's under debate. There's always
okay. There's always going to be. All right.
A couple of songs that we actually wanted to record for this album that we didn't. So those might be buried forever, or they might end up on the next one. You never know.
Hey, that's cool, man. To take songs from like that long ago, almost over 20 years ago, and to bring them up now and update them or whatever, and it's cool because the song this new album is really good. I like all your albums, it doesn't matter, every song is really good. This album though, I think it's really good from start to finish. There's no filler on here at all. I also noticed are you doing some little different things with your vocals a little bit?
Oh yeah, a lot of experimentation on this one.
Yeah. What was why did you want to do that? Because I liked your vocals before, but now I like how you're doing it on this album. I think it's really good. I like them little changes that you're doing.
You know, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been because we did some of the recording during the pandemic, and well, most of the recording during the pandemic, and the vocals. This is the first time I've ever engineered the vocals myself. I didn't have anybody with me doing the vocals, so I had a lot of time to do it, a lot of time to play around with stuff, and to kind of push the boundaries of what I've done before.
Mm.
And like listening to the recent Judas Priest stuff, I was kind of inspired by that. I'm like, because I'd be like singing along to it in the car, and I'd be like, well, I've never really tried to do that on a record. Push myself to do some of the higher vocals.
Yeah, I noticed.
Stuff like, sing along to stuff like the old Sanctuary stuff, and even King Diamond. So, I said, can I attempt this? And I can, as I'm doing this recording, I can always erase it. I can always, we can always not use it. But
Right.
actually, there was a lot of stuff on there, extra stuff that we didn't end up using, because we kind of handed this big pile of stuff to Peter Ruccio, who's the mixer and producer, by de facto producer.
Yeah.
And we said, if you think this stuff doesn't sound good, you can cut it out. If you want to use any of the stuff, you can. And in fact, I was doing a lot in the song "Spider on the World." I was doing a lot of background stuff. Like I wanted to do a lot of high stuff that was like the background stuff in "Love Bites" by Judas Priest. Background screams.
Yeah.
And I did some kind of black metal vocals for the background, like whispers that we're going to use. And he ended up taking that and using that as the second verse, which was not the plan. It was like he took out all the singing from the second verse, cut it out, and used the black metal backing vocals as the verse. And so we thought, oh, that's pretty cool. That's different. It's something we've never done. That's just an example of how we kind of push things with this and kind of stretch the boundaries of what we've done before. And, like it or not, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think you did a really good job with the vocals on here, and I just can't wait to see what else you're going to do, because if you feel comfortable now, like doing, venturing out into I guess kind of unknown territory for you a little bit, because there's some screams on the album. I'm like, he's never done that before. That's pretty good, So hopefully you continue on with that. Are we frozen again? I keep freezing
for a second. I missed that line. What you said.
No, I don't even know what you missed. But
you kind of froze.
The vocals are good. You're doing a good job on the vocals. I really enjoy the vocals on this one, and hopefully you continue for the next album. What was I going to say? Oh, I was listening to the album. I'm only going to listen to it once. I want to wait till I get the record. I want to hear it on the record. So I've only listened to the promo once today. So I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But there was one song in there. I'm like, why do I recognize this song? And it was Amazon Burning. Why did you decide to release it on this album? Was it always supposed to be on this album?
So we released this EP during the pandemic called the Worldwide Resistance.
Yeah.
And it met with a lot of resistance. So it was not a popular release.
I wonder why. I mean, the cover.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And I think we thought Amazon Burning was a good song, and we wanted to have another short song on the album, because the songs were getting a little bit long from the stuff that we included, and this was not. It wasn't so much a re-recording. We recorded a couple of things, but it was more just a remix of the song. So why we included it, I can't tell you 100% why, but I just think it was kind of a song that didn't get its due, and we kind of buried that EP, and so that's probably the only song I'm going to hear from going forward from that. Even though I really like the songs from that EP.
Yeah, there's some good stuff.
So they may see the light of day in some other form later down the road or something.
Is it because I'm on the cover?
Yeah, it could be. There are a lot of people on the cover. I'm on the cover, unfortunately.
I think it's because I'm on there. People recognize me, especially with the mask on and these stupid headphones that I wear. What's that?
People just did not like that cover. That was probably half the criticism was the cover.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. You drew that yourself, right? You drew all those people.
Yeah, I did that myself. It took a lot of hours, but
Yeah, that sucks though. You put all that work into it, and people tell you it sucks or whatever, and they don't
No,
like it. You know?
that's what you do. That's why we do this. You know, just get the
Exactly.
criticism.
But art's very subjective, so it doesn't matter what they like. It matters what you like.
Somewhere down the road, somebody might appreciate it. And say, "Who's
I
that
think.
handsome guy on the cover behind the mask?"
Yeah, right. Oh boy. And so now the guys recording this album are all the original members? Or most of them?
Well, when you talk about original members, we go
I
back
mean,
to
I mean, I know, yeah, you
1990.
guys got like thousands of original members. I mean,
Yeah.
which original members are we going back to on this album? I'm just going by what the promo thing says.
Okay, so as far as the lineup goes, me and my brother Eli, who plays guitar,
Yeah,
we've been there since the beginning.
yeah,
And then Nick, the other guitarist, he joined us in 2001. So that's been pretty solid for the last 25 years.
all right.
Um, our bass player Tommy G, he's been in and out of the band. I think he started filling in for us in 2006, but he officially became a member just probably about 5 years ago.
Hmm.
He just filled in on a couple of shows, and we'd known him for a long time, but he kind of officially joined about 5 years ago. And our drummer Tony, he's been with the band probably about 5 or 6 years. So that's been pretty solid for the last half decade, but that's pretty much the lineup going forward. I don't know if we'll ever change members again, but that's the way it is. Hopefully
Never
not.
say never. There's always a possibility. What are you drinking?
Let's have a beer.
A beer. It's a nice a little battle jacket you got there, by the way.
Oh yeah, I've been
Who you got on
had
it?
it for years. It's actually good. Got a patch signed by Udo Dirk Snyder.
Oh, really? Cool. Where'd you get that signed?
He played at the Worcester Palladium probably 4 or 5 years ago. It was on the Dirk Snyder tour, and they basically were giving away the meet and greet tickets for like,
Really?
so everybody at the show basically went to the meet and greet because it was like an extra $20 to meet and greet him.
Wow.
And just pulled over, so can you sign this? And he signed it.
Oh,
The
very,
Faceless World eye patch.
very cool. I like that album. That's a very good album. Yeah, I love that.
One
Very
of my
cool.
favorite albums.
I'm surprised he is still going around. Like, he's still doing what he's always done, and he's like 100 years old, and like,
Yeah.
but he just still like does it, and I guess he loves it because now he's doing music with his son, and
His son's a drummer.
yeah, he's just kicking ass, man. Somebody like him, I thought he'd be done by now, but no, he's just still kicking ass. And Accept, they're just, I don't know. I think they're like failing. The longer they go, I think it's just like, I think we got to end this soon, which is a shame because they were putting out really good albums. They're pretty consistent, but it's just getting like, it's old and ready. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, as long as they still play the songs I want to hear, I'll go see them. So
Yeah. I still like. I'll still buy the albums. I think I just bought the last one too, so it doesn't matter to me. I still like them. I don't know. But for you guys, you are making this music. It's like the old school. You're carrying the old school heavy metal sound, and you did up it a little bit on this album, I think. Do you think you would ever like go a little bit even more modern, or you kind of just want to stay in the new wave of traditional metal sound?
I guess it depends on what you mean by modern, because we've always kind of embraced the modern production, which a lot of kind of the new wave of traditional heavy metal or retro bands don't always. Yeah. We never tried we never intentionally had a retro sound. Sometimes we had a sound that's so bad people thought it was retro. But we never intentionally tried to say, oh, let's make the sound, like it's from the 70s or something. Although, going forward, we might try to, get a more organic sound just for the hell of it, or change the sound from what we've got. But we've kind of embraced the modern technology as far as recording techniques, reamping stuff, and trying to get the best, clearest drum sounds and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
so we may go in different directions with that, but as far as the music goes, we've always just kind of written songs that, by the music that we were influenced by. So that classic sort of very melodic stuff has always just come through because those are our favorite bands, Dio and Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. I don't think we're going to ever go in a death metal direction. I don't think we're ever going to go. I guess within the band, our drummer Antonio is pushing us to be more traditional metal, more British heavy metal. Still, okay. We'll see how that goes. But everybody in the band has kind of their own extremes and their own place within the traditional metal spectrum. So, like Nick, the guitarist, he's more in the thrash and power metal corner. And Eli, the other guitarist, he was into power metal, but he also went into black metal. And then he's just into like old school, early 80s traditional metal. And then me, I'm into more like the mid 80s, early 80s, late 80s traditional metal and hard rock stuff. And then Tommy G, the bass player, is into kind of everything. So we kind of just, these influences bounce off each other, and we kind of stay within that globe or spectrum of traditional metal just by default because that's what we like.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to make a reggae album or.
Oh man, I was hoping so. You'd be the first reggae metal band. I mean, is there a reggae metal band? I don't know. I don't think there.
But you never know.
You never know. There's always a possibility. There's room to do everything.
Use our minds and do.
Because we know how accepting the metal community is too. So I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. Anything different, Bill.
Yeah. Oh God, I just cost you some sales. I'm sorry. Please, everybody needs to really pre-order the Ravage. Where can people go to pre-order? We're not done yet. I just want to get people to pre-order this thing now.
The easiest way is to go right to our website, ravagetheearth.com. That's ravagetheearth.com. You put the www in there first, and then ravagetheearth.com. Yeah, because that'll have a link to our merch site where you can get our T-shirts, pre-order the album. It is going to be on Bandcamp. It is going to be on iTunes. It's going to be on all those things. But if you want the physical copy, you got to get it through us. Or if you're in Europe or Japan, you can get it through one of the two distributors who've kind of signed up with us. You can get it through Underground Power in Europe, and you can get it through Rockstack Records in Japan.
Ah, very cool, very cool. How'd you wind up with those deals?
Basically, they bought albums from us wholesale before, and I asked them if they want to carry some, and they said sure. So
it's nice when things work out like that,
Yeah, they were nice enough to actually pre-order some stuff, so they're going to have it. I think other shops will carry it after the release, but if you want to pre-order it, when you're overseas, you can get to them.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Because it is so expensive to ship from the U.S. to anywhere outside of the U.S. Somebody asked me the other day because I put up some CDs that I had on just some stuff that I found randomly, and some girl from the UK asked me how if I had stuff available. I was like, yeah, but shipping's going to be like $15 a CD. It's like more than what the CD costs. It's like
yep.
So I did have a friend that lived in the UK, so I gave him a couple CDs of my old band, and he was selling them for me. I had somebody to take away from the shipping costs a little bit, But he ended up moving here to the United States, so I lost that.
Yeah, it's been pretty insane. We've been learning the shipping nightmare that it's been.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And we thought we had kind of an edge on it because our guitarist Nick runs a clothing shop, like a gothic metal clothing shop up in Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
So he does some international shipping and stuff. So we thought, he knows what it's going to cost. And then, and of course, Antonio is big into the whole record scene, vinyl records. He goes to record shows and everything, and he ships a lot of records. So we thought we had an edge on it, and then all of a sudden we were figuring out how much this stuff is costing to ship, and it's like a whole other, game.
Yeah, there is no media mail outside the U.S.
Europe's crazy.
Yeah, there's no media mail outside the U.S.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
So
insane. I hate it. And what's the clothing? Because you worked with that clothing shop with the other one of the other album releases, right? I think the last EP or whatever you released, right?
yeah, they've always carried our records. Shop's called Die with Your Boots On.
Right, right. Okay.
I made, um, and basically they carry some music, but it's mostly gothic clothing and heavy metal shirts and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So at least you got something there too. That's cool. Where that's in Salem, Massachusetts?
Salem, Massachusetts. If you ever go up to Salem, for tourism
Yeah.
purposes, Halloween stuff,
Yeah.
Die with Your Boots On is the shop.
So it's in that little town of Salem?
Yeah,
Like
it's a city. I mean, it's a full size city, and it's known for the witch trials and all the Halloween festivities.
right. I've been there twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there twice. I went there for two Halloweens, I think. It's a really cool town. I mean, it's very touristy, like you said.
Yeah.
But it's cool if you haven't been there before. But if you go there after Halloween, don't because there's nothing going on. which I found out, I'm the hard way. I'm like, where is everybody? It's like middle of summer. Nobody's dressed up.
Yeah, it's not a bad city, but yeah, there's not a whole lot going on there for tourists.
No, not at all.
Back up.
You would think they would keep that all year round,
Yeah, I think they're maybe trying to. There's a kind of Salem Horror Fest, which they've moved to more of the spring, I think.
Really? Okay.
So they're trying to do that. They're trying to keep the tourism up, so it's not just 1 month of the year. But
yeah.
They're getting locals a rest too. So.
What is the heavy metal scene up there in Massachusetts? I mean, is it are there other bands like you guys out there, or what's going on?
Well, post-pandemic, it's been a little strange. A lot of the clubs have closed, and
you too,
there aren't as many shows as they were.
Yeah.
But there are some bands, bands we share a practice space with, in the same practice complex, I should say. So there are some bands from Massachusetts or from the New England area that kind of play in Massachusetts. There's a band, Adamantis. They're kind of a power metal band. They've been making some waves in the underground recently. They're on, I think, Cruz del Sur, which is foreign label. So.
Okay, yeah, all right. That's why I think that name sounds familiar. Okay, yeah.
And so they play some local shows. And then there's more of a doom metal band, which is called Archdruid, which is the remnant of this band, Reckless Force, we used to play a lot with. So they're kind of on hold because their guitarist joins CX, which is another local band, speed metal band. CX, they play a lot. So those are kind of the bands we played with most often in this area. I think it seemed like there were more bands emerging. I think there's another band, Ice Giant, is from around here. Perennial Quest. So there are a few bands.
Yeah.
Mostly on the power metal end of things, I would say.
Really? I'm very shocked. Like the European type power metal stuff, or
yeah, but like Dragon Force type power metal.
Really?
So like not so much Halloween as Dragon Force, I guess, more like that.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked at that because everybody always seems so like against like that power metal stuff, but I don't know. You think it's coming back?
I don't know. I think it's kind of like at this point there are like pockets of of like the music that people like that are going to stick around. Yeah. I don't know if anything's going to explode. Like there'll be a bunch of power metal bands for people who like power metal. There'll be a bunch of traditional heavy metal bands for people who like traditional heavy metal. Thrash bands for the thrash bands, but I don't think there's going to be these big waves of bands doing the same thing anymore.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
Yeah. There's so many bands just trying to do this new wave of traditional metal thing. I wanted to get this band on the show. They were called something else. I forget. It was a weird name, but then they changed it to another weird name. It's called Bronze, but they're very, very good.
Yeah, Cramp.
Yeah, Cramp. That was the weird name. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what they thought with that name,
Yeah,
but
that was a kind of an odd name.
yeah, yeah. But I want to get them on a show. They're very cool. They remind me kind of like you guys. They play the same similar type style or whatever. And the guitarist said he's from the band Blazing Stone, and he does a couple of the bands too. But he's all over the place. But yeah, I mean, there's so many bands coming out that want to do
Frozen
this.
again.
What's that? Oh, we froze
You're
again.
frozen.
Well, of course, we froze
You're
again.
back. You're back.
I'm back. I'm here. But there's so many bands trying to do that new wave of traditional metal sound, and it's really cool to hear it. It's like and especially a lot of them are younger kids too. So it's good to see that they're trying to carry on that sound.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when we started, it was kind of like, well, we'll bring that kind of metal back. But
Right.
now it's kind of like that metal is back, at least in the underground, because there are so many of these bands.
Yeah.
So you can kind of choose, what bands you like too, because they're playing a variety of traditional heavy metal. Some are like straight thrash, but other ones are, traditional metal mixed with black metal vocals or something.
Mhm.
So there's a lot going on,
Yeah.
a lot to choose from, and a lot of shows to see. It'd be nicer if there were more, I think, American bands, because I think a lot of these bands are Canadians,
Oh,
a lot of
really?
European bands,
Mm.
not so many American bands, but there are still a good number of American bands.
Yeah.
Saber, I don't know if you've ever heard of those guys. Those guys are cool
Sounds
from,
familiar.
from California.
Yeah.
Angel Fury.
Mm.
So they're American bands, but most of them are on the West Coast, of course, or out in Utah or something.
But yeah, it's cool to see that. And even with I have another band, Phoenix Rain. We're working on new music, and we're kind of, I guess, staying in that same kind of vein or whatever. We're just only two people doing it, so we don't have all these keyboards and all that crazy stuff. So we're trying to keep it the new wave traditional stuff. What was I just gonna? That's just thinking of another band. Crap! I'd lost it now. Oh no. My one of my older bands, we started around the same time you guys started, and we were playing like the same traditional metal stuff, and all the bands in New York City were playing all this death metal stuff. So us playing shows, every time we played a show, it was with death metal bands, and we were just kind of like, where's the bands that are like us? Where's all the fans of like Iron Maiden? Who wants to play Iron Maiden? And that it was dying, and like you guys, you wanted to keep that going, and it was very, very hard back in those early 2000s.
Yeah, you were lucky to play with death metal bands. We had to play with ska bands or.
I would have loved to play with ska bands.
Yeah.
At least they had horns and trumpets,
Yeah, really, something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played with some strange bands over the years.
You really had to play with a ska band?
Yeah, we played with ska bands. We played with some experimental band from Japan called P-Lander Z once.
Really?
I guess they're notable. It was weird because they gave out these these bowls to the audience, and they had people chanting and whacking bowls and stuff, and the audience was like.
Well, at least they had the audience involved, I guess, right?
Yeah. They had people come out dressed as carrots and stuff.
Is that the strangest band you've played with, or is there other ones?
Yeah, that's probably the strangest band we've played with. Yeah, I don't think anybody else we played is ever dressed as a carrot or a bean sprout or something.
Well, then you gotta play my friend's band. His band's called Frostbite BC. He's from your area. I know he's around your area somewhere.
Frostbite BC.
Yeah, they're usually like a Christmas band. They usually play Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you remind me of the Bean Sprout, the guitarist or the bass. I think the guitarist, he dresses like a big broccoli. The bass player, he's a man deer. He's got the horns and stuff on him. I think the other guitar player is an elf. So you need to play with those guys. They're a stoner rock band. It'll work out. Believe me. Trust me. They're very good. When does the album come out? Does it come out on the 19th of April?
Comes out on April 19th, so that's when we're going to ship the physical copies out before then. So unless they may have already even shipped out.
No. You don't know who's shipping the albums?
No, I handled I helped compile them, but the company Die With Your Boots On, they're actually shipping them out for us. So
okay, all right.
Then they're going to do that. But they're supposed to be in your hands before the release date, so they're supposed to ship a little bit early. But the digital version is going to be available on the 19th of this month, where you can get it on Bandcamp, and you can stream it. You know, if you're going to stream it for free,
Stream it for free, but don't download it for free. At least if you stream it, you're going to get something. You're going to give something to the band, but just don't steal it.
You can always buy the downloads for $1 on Bandcamp or something if you want to. So.
Yeah, that too. Please, everybody, Bandcamp. We need to keep Bandcamp alive because I think that's the only thing that's really helping artists today.
Yeah,
the streaming is
greatly not what they do for the artists. Yeah, I'm surprised they have been able to stay around. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can have our own websites, but Bandcamp has tons of bands on there. So if you're looking for a band, you're technically already on there. So you might stumble across Ravage, you know, and find the album and check it out, you know. So it's a good thing, and I hope it sticks around. I know it was like kind of like iffy for a while, so I just hope that that it can stay around because I know that band Haunt. They've been ever since they've done that. You know, to move to Bandcamp, they've been, I guess, been doing fairly well. He puts out an album almost every year, it seems like, or every other month. I don't know. He puts out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of music.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but Bandcamp's very cool. So everybody needs to go check out the Bandcamp. And it's what is the Bandcamp?
That's a good question.
That is a good...
There's a link on ravagetheearth.com. So just go to ravagetheearth.com.
Just go to ravagetheearth.com. You'll find everything on there. This is your band, right?
What was that?
It is your band, right?
Oh, yeah, kind of. Yeah, the problem with having a name like Ravage is that when you get to certain sites like Bandcamp, you know, the techno Ravage has taken over. So
that's true.
It ends up being Ravage the Earth, or it ends up being Ravage SW or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's why we've maintained the website at some cost for a while. RavageTheEarth.com. Check it out. It's basically just a link to our other sites.
What do you think about websites? Do you think people even really care about websites like they used to? I mean, everything's on Facebook, but
yeah. I mean, the website is basically just a link page. We tried to put some extra content on there, but it's yeah, I know it sucks, man. It's like it's so hard for bands, especially. I mean, do you guys do everything on your own? I mean, you've been using Online Metal Promo for your promos, but for promotion. But do you do everything else by yourselves, or? Yeah, we don't have a booking agent. We've never had a booking agent. We've only had a label when we were on Carthago Records back in 2005 and Metal Blade Records for a year in 2009.
Yeah.
So aside from that, we've been 100% independent forever. And so we've maintained the website and Facebook, and that's pretty much what we got. We book our own shows. So if you want to book the band, go to ravagetheearth.com. Book your birthday party. So we booked the band. We always booked all our own shows. We've always, even the Metal Blade days, we basically paid for our entire album ourselves.
Oh, really?
They just kind of distribute it, and that's what we're doing. So,
yeah. Very cool. Very cool. I know you're shopping the album around. Is there any interest in the album?
No.
Really?
No. I did. I put out some feelers to record labels, and the responses I got were that they weren't doing any more releases this year, that kind of blah blah blah. And I think we had by that time anyway. We kind of decided, we're going 100% pushing this vinyl ourselves, and then beyond that, what else is a record label going to do for us? So I think we had kind of committed to doing all the work ourselves. We just wanted to see if anybody would maybe put out a CD version or a special version or something, or just like a black vinyl if they wanted to do that in different territories. But I think aside from maybe something going on in Brazil, South America, I think we're just doing it ourselves from here on.
Yeah, interesting. It sucks, but I think it's the way to go. It's the labels. I don't know if it's really worth to being on label today. Do you think?
Well, I mean, there was always a plus and a minus to being on a label,
Yeah.
as far as the exposure they can give you.
Yeah.
And it is a question as an artist. Is it better to be the number one priority or a small label, or to be the small fish on a big label and try to work up from there? I can't tell you, having been both. Having been the priority on a small label, we didn't do very well, and having been the absolute bottom on a big label, we didn't do very well. So, for me, it's not about sales, and it was maybe way back when we wanted to be big rock stars, but now it's totally the artistic end of it. We're just trying to make the best metal album we can, and just try to be remembered for that, and try to reach the fans that we have, people who are interested in this music, and try to play some good shows, and that's our goal at this point. And it's not it's just to leave a legacy in the book of metal, not to be Bon Jovi or something.
Right.
So,
which is a better way to look at it, I think, because and some people can, like, some bands, they can put their album out to all these different record labels and stuff like that, and they get turned down so much they probably get discouraged and not make music ever again. And I think it's been like you guys, you just continue to just do what you want to do. Why? I mean, it's good to have a record label, obviously, but at some point, if you do become somewhat famous or whatever, they're going to tell you what to do with your songs and stuff like that. And who wants that, really?
Yeah, that's the downside of a label. I mean, a record label is really just a bank. So,
right.
A record label is going to give you money, hopefully some exposure, promotion, but it's mostly money. So, if you are in a position like we are, where luckily, we're older guys now, we all have jobs. We're not a working band in the sense that we're not trying to do this as a living.
Yeah.
This is for us, it's like heavy metal fan camp or band camp. So for us, it's all about the quality of putting out something good and having the people we enjoy it. People who we care about, which is the fans, the few fans that we have. Yeah. It's not reaching that wider audience necessarily, or if it is, it's trying to reach that underground heavy metal audience that we think would like this stuff.
Yeah.
And trying to have a legacy in that way. So we're luckily in the position where we have some money. We're not people of means, but we have a little money that is our hobby money that maybe other people put toward, I don't know, playing in their local hockey league or something.
Yeah.
We put into this album. So this album, we've spent more money than we've ever spent on anything else in the band ever.
Really?
And just to basically to get these vinyls physically made and to start promoting them, that's what we're going to spend it on. So we've been the record label, and we've luckily had some help from moderate sources of promotion and people like you, and who are doing this for the love of it and fun of it, to help us get the word out, and that's all we've got. So that's all we need.
I hope so. How's the response been so far for the pre-orders? People excited for this?
I think we're pretty happy with where we've gotten with the pre-orders. We've gotten it to the people who wanted to get it. So, that's what, it's not about, for us, selling a volume of these things. It's a limited edition physical copy. And now hopefully, people in that metal underground will discover the band, because even though we've been around forever, we're not a well-known band. So, we're going to get it out as best we can. And so far, the response to the people who have heard the songs has been really good, which that's all we could ask for.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody's going to love it, but I think this is our best work. And if you're familiar with the stuff we've done in the past, I think you're going to like this. And if you don't know us, I think you're going to like it. So if you don't like it, that's fine too. But I think if you're a fan of this band, I think you're going to like it.
Yeah, I think there's no way somebody that's a fan of Ravage is not going to like this new album, Spirit on the World. I think it's very good. I think it's a step up. It's a step up from your previous albums, and you're doing a lot of new things on here. Guitar work's great, the drumming's great, your vocals are great. Everything is just one good song after the other on the album, and I think people are really, really going to enjoy it. You got shows coming up?
Uh, at this point, we're still trying to put together some kind of release show, which I think we're going to aim more toward the summer now.
Okay.
Our attempts at putting something together, like we thought we were actually we were going to be able to put together a small tour, either for the summer or fall, with some kind of good legacy bands
Mhm.
from this area, but that kind of fell through. It had been kind of teased a couple of times in the past, but it fell through again. So that's not going to happen. So now we're kind of just trying to get together a good local show with good local bands that we know. There's a band Mount Metal who is actually coming out with an album pretty soon. They are more of the like traditional heavy metal from this area. Um, so maybe get something together with them or CX or Adamantis or something good. Yeah, we're just having trouble finding a good local venue too, because a lot of the local venues have closed.
Right.
But we will get something together for this summer.
All right, very cool. Well, I wish the best of luck to you guys. And like I said, I've been a fan of you guys for a very, very long time. So hopefully this album is going to do very well for you.
Yeah, we hope so. At least in as far as an artistic sense, I think we've kind of achieved what we wanted to achieve, and I think with the quality of the vinyl, I think we're happy with it. So I hope that everybody out there in Metal Land is happy with it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will be. Anything else you need to tell anybody?
So yeah, just go to ravagetheearth.com. There's still time to get in the pre-orders because the pre-order is at a special price. So
That's right.
yeah, it's at a special low price. So once the album actually comes out, those limited edition vinyls are going to be about $10 higher at least. And if you get them through a retailer or something, it might be even higher than that. It might be over $50 for them. So pre-order them now to get the special low price. Also, check out my brothers and I have a punk band called Ruffian Dick.
Well, all right. Yeah, explain that name.
Actually, my older brother, who's the punk guy, he came up with it. I just play drums in the band, so I don't know.
Okay.
Ruffian Dick was this old explorer, Sir Richard Burton.
Okay.
He's an old British explorer, and he did a lot of crazy stuff. Like he once got a spear through his mouth, I guess, and survived. So he got obsessed with this guy, Richard Burton, Ruffian Dick. And he said, "Oh, I got to start a band named Ruffian Dick." I said, "Okay, you guys got to join me." So I said, "Okay." So I just played drums in that band. But songs are really good if you like punk rock, hard rock. He calls it glam punk. It's more like Guns N' Roses type stuff.
Okay.
So check it out, Ruffian Dick. You can find us on Facebook. If the album's streaming now, it's called She's Hypnotic.
She's Hypnotic. Okay.
Check that out. Also, my other band, Iron Will,
Right.
is still around. We've got one album out, and we're hoping to start recording a new album soon. So check out Iron Will.
I gotta get that album. You have it. You have albums on you, right?
We got a CD from 2017. I think we put it out.
Okay. You still have copies of it? All right. Okay. Cool.
I don't know if there's anywhere that's actually selling it anymore. We made 300 copies, I think, but pretty much I probably have like 20 copies left of that. But,
all right. Well, all right. So make sure I get a copy. Make sure I get a copy.
Yeah, I'll send you one.
All right. Cool.
And that's all the projects I'm currently doing.
Are you sure?
There's always something that's. yeah, I forgot. I got my. Check out Thrash with Power magazine.
Okay.
This is on Instagram and Facebook. It's just my little review site.
Right. Okay.
Reviews and show reviews mostly.
All right. Very cool. Well, everybody go check that out. Go pre-order the new Ravage album, please, at ravagetheworld.com. Right.
Ravage the Earth.
Ravage the Earth. I'm sorry. Ravage the Earth. It used to be Ravage the World, right?
Well, Spider on the World.
Spider. I'm getting them very confused. Okay.
Spider on the World. Ravage
Spider on. Yes. Yeah, it's not confusing at all, anybody. But yeah, please go pre-order that album, and you're gonna enjoy it. And let me know what you think of it because I think it's good. So you better too. All right. So let us know in the comments. So my arm just fell off my chair, and that means it's the end of the show. Al, thank you very much for coming on the show. I had a lot of fun, And I enjoy talking to you a lot. And you need to come on more often. We need to do some album like battles and stuff like that.
Yeah, anytime, anytime.
All right, sounds good. And everybody, we will see you next time with who knows? I don't know. But just hit the subscribe button and we will see you then. All right. Don't forget to join me on freeworld.fm every Wednesday at 10 p.m. where I do play some Ravage songs. I've played all your singles so far.
What?
Yeah. Yep. All right. Everybody, goodbye. All right.